Hey guys!
Hello, fam.
Hey chicos! Hi
Yep,
lovers!
yep.
Welcome back to our channel. It is your favorite couple, K and Dex, and you are warmly welcome back to the channel. But
Yep.
if you're a new subscriber, welcome. We appreciate you subscribing, okay? But if you are returning, as we said, all for you. Thank you so much for holding us down throughout Vlogmas and even the years, ago. Above Papa.
This vlogmas is smelling pepper as usual.
As you always say.
Vlogmas will smell pepper. Hey, we'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it to 31st and beyond, Charlie.
Yeah, because even first cry will do video.
May God help us.
Amen. Amen.
And I thank God for being consistent for the period. And Charlie, we go day inside. As you are watching, which we are doing. Yeah, as you are watching, we are doing. And a lot of people are saying we are learning stuff. We thank God for grace. We thank God for grace. All right. So today we are dealing with a topic, right? In this life, there are three problems. Ones that can be solved, ones that can be managed, ones that no matter what you do, you cannot solve or manage. So you just leave them to be. And that is what we are talking about today. We are talking about changing, adapting, and compromising. Change the things you can change, adapt to the things that you cannot change or cannot solve, compromise to manage the situations that need to be managed.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Okay. So when we talk of changing, it means that you're taking a new leaf. Like you are changing your perception, you are changing your mindset, you are changing your social circles, you are changing your financial standings, you are changing virtually everything that concerns you as a person. Right? So that's what we think changing is.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So today too, I'm going to play the advocate
Don't
of the
try that on me.
subscribers.
I am also going to be the advocate for them. Today you be the one to answer.
Here's the question.
No.
Here's the question.
No.
What inspires or who inspires change?
Who? Who is the who? Like who inspires change? Saying
Yes. Because I feel that I'm fine. I'm getting married now. You say I should change. So why should I change?
who come there?
Okay.
Fufu ye di beso no one among kwan.
No, no.
Uno mkwan there.
I want to eat the raw fufu.
No, fufu no fufu. You just like into fufu to fun from bon kwa you.
Oh.
That's what it's doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so moving on. So what is compromising?
Compromising has to do with okay, this one I feel like slapping you, but I have to live with the situation because if I slap you and the resultant effects outweigh the good that I want to see. So instead of slapping you or instead of saying some harsh words, I'll just look at it and say, okay, this one, let me just let it pass. After all, chance in the to na me bekasano. Me am it means how me fa me ufa so why not?
So it's like basically overlooking things for them to say as it is. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So as you are letting it stay as it is, whatness? So it means that compromise is seasonal.
Compromising can be seasonal. Once you compromise for a long time, it becomes an adaptation because you see this planet there are some animals that they said that they have lived in certain areas, but then after a certain period they leave that area because maybe there's a drought that is happening there, and then they are going to find another place. If they don't find another place, they stay where they are and then try to live with the situation, right? Because we are there, there's nothing you can do about it. So they try to live with the situation and then they try to change body parts and everything to grow to meet that is what we call adapting, right?
Okay, so you've already summarized what adapting is.
Yes.
Okay, so it means that we have three stages in marriages. We have the changing stage, we have the compromising stage, and we have the adaptation stage. Right? That's what we're basically saying.
That's what we're
Okay,
saying.
so why should we change, compromise, and adapt? So I think one of the reasons why we should change is to show the people of this world that we've taken a new leaf. like we've moved into a different dimension. So let's say if you're married, no, you are single, and you have friends that will always stay out late with you, and now you're married, you should change that attitude of yours to let them know that you've taken a new like dimension in your life. Like today something happened. We went to buy something by a roadside, and as we were there, he went to get a haircut, so I was there with baby and some our friends, and we saw some guys coming, and they were telling us that the guy just got married like today, and he's still with his friends and he's booed like he one of them mentioned that he just got married today and you're still here with friends. He says that yeah, before I got married I had friends. So it means that this person, he hasn't changed his mind and perception about even like the thing called marriage. You get it? He's still in the old self and still thinking like he used to think when he was single. But one thing you should know is that every stage in life comes with its what do you call it, a home from my different. I don't know how to put it. So if you give birth, the privileges you used to enjoy when you were single, you won't get it. Even when you get married and you don't have a child, the privileges you enjoy is different. My husband and I, we could go out, stay out long, and nobody will even think of anything. But the moment we have a child, if even the child is not with you and you're going to leave the child somewhere, they'll start calling you. It's late, your baby is crying, is this, is that. So you realize that every situation or every stage in life comes with its own air. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. So for such a person that has decided that on their wedding night you spend it with friends, you realize that even their priorities have not changed. Your priorities will have to change.
Yeah.
They will have to switch from friends to your wife. Your priorities are one thing that you cannot maintain the same priorities, except of course your beloved was your priority before you got married. That one day, your priority would always have to change in that regard. The other reason why changing is good, or compromising or adapting is good, is it also helps you to please your partner better.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes your partner has expectations that they may have communicated to you, or even if not communicated, they have suggested it in a way, and then you know that this is what they expect me to do. But you feel that you are magajia and you are a magahuhu. Good luck.
So as he said, it also helps you live in harmony, because you realize that you are doing what you should do, because you're supposed to do that. How can a married man, he just got married, be walking in town boozing with friends and saying that before you got married you had friends? It's a no, right? So if such a person, you get married to the person, harmony, it won't be a song in your house, because every time you, as you said, priorities are somewhere, and it's like the things that matters most to him, so you realize that building on that, when you don't live in harmony, you realize that the friction. So if you change, you compromise and you adapt, you reduce friction in your marriage. You reduce it very, very, because you realize that, let's say, as he said, the keeping of things anyhow, if you can pick it up, you just pick it up. If I can pick it up, I just pick it up. Like today, my husband prepared mac and cheese. Mindy be, please hear me out. Mindy be. After eating the mac and cheese, he went into the kitchen and he left his bowl. And left even the thing that he poured the thing out, but he left it there. So I went to the kitchen. I can just wash this thing. Like, why should I come outside, come and tell him to go and wash it when I can do it? You know that you are a person, you don't like those things. You don't like people leaving your things in here. You just do it because you can compromise. You know, when you come and talk about it, I didn't talk about. Just compromise. Wash it, you won't die. You won't know. You get it? So if you do that, it reduces friction. Like the adaptation, like for instance, you know that I don't like we spending much time outside. Right now he's adapting small. Like, you get it? We won't get to even argue about things like that, right? Changing the way you do things when you are single, the way you do things. When you change it, you realize that you are able to enjoy your marriage with less friction, because you see frictions prevent you from enjoying your marriage, because time be asset he emotions are flying all over, like every time there's something to be solved, you get it, so it reduces it. Okay, so one thing is, as you change, adapt and compromise, your partner feels very very loved, because they realize that, oh, this guy didn't, he was this way, but he's changing because of me. It means that he really has me in heart.
You see, that is also where it gets dicey. There are some people that they want you to change not because they have you at heart. It's because they want to be able to say that Michelle now to say me na Mrs. Sound.
It's not supposed to be like, I'm not saying it's not true, I'm saying it's not supposed to be the case.
Yeah. For such people, they are changing you to suit them. They are not changing you to make you better. That's to some extent, it should work both ways. It should make you better and then suit the relationship, not to suit one person and leave the other person. If it begins to go that way, it looks like one person has to be changing for the other. You are now molding somebody into your image, to what you like, and at one point one party will feel cheated out. It will come by all means. I say, you there, you don't have any fault. Angel Gabriel.
Okay, so the next thing we can talk about when it comes to the advantages of change and compromising and adapting is, when you adapt, you are able to adapt good behaviors of your spouse. So if, let's say, your partner, you don't like praying, but your partner likes to pray, and you adapt that good behavior from him, or good moral from him, you realize that you become a better person. You get it? So it's not that it will always be the love bit, but even you as a person, you get to change, right? So let's we don't want the video to be lengthy, so let's talk about the disadvantages of compromising at a point, changing at a point, and then adapting. So the first thing we'll talk about is, if you have to change. Is it if you have to change? Let me keep the thoughts together and let's see if you have to change. That's what I'm supposed to do. So if you have to change some attitude of yours and the other person doesn't change, so if the changing is one way and not two ways, you realize that the one changing gets to regret, because they look back to how they used to be and they enjoy what they used to do. Now they've changed for you and you don't want to change for them. So as a yakakra. I don't know if
for some people, when it happens like that, they just go back to me cry the internet may have me honey pana me yes I'm no cry fan hobby like somebody who you say that you cry, why don't you brush your teeth in the night, why don't you brush twice a day? And then the person says, okay, I'll brush twice a day once you also take a bath. So this guy is brushing the teeth twice every day, and you think that the bath and cry, you bath once a week.
A year.
I mean, the at the point one will say, the one that I'm even sacrificing this thing and then going all this way for is not even paying attention. So why should I?
Yeah.
They'll slack back.
Yeah. That's so true. Okay, so the next thing is, if you're supposed to change at a point in your life, like you're married and you're supposed to change and you don't change, you lose respect. No, don't fast. Like, let me explain this. So you are someone that you are always at the beck and call of people. Like you can't, you're now you're there, you are there, and then now you're married. Your priorities haven't changed and you are still doing those things. They know that in Kwasasembia, but let's call him, he's available.
Somebody will like Auntie worry.
Like today, the guy I'm talking of, I don't know, I've never met him, but after he left, people around, those who were buying from where I was buying, they were all saying that way, because she knew no one worry, no. Like, all those bad things people were saying. So you lose your respect just because you didn't change at the point that you were supposed to change. Okay, so the next thing is, there will be friction if you don't change at a point, if you don't compromise at a point, and if you don't adapt at a point. You get it? So you realize that if you're supposed to do something and you don't do, there are consequences. So if you're supposed to change and you didn't change, consequences will come. There will be friction between the two of you. Same for compromising and same for adapting. Right, babe?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not, if someone compromises for you almost every time and you don't do the same for them, they might think that you're taking them for a fool.
Yeah, it's taking them for a jolly ride. Jolly ride, your train ride, for Sutherland Park. Alright.
Okay, so moving on, if every time you want people to compromise or change or adapt for you, you don't learn to change bad habits, because in your mind, but you have to adapt. In your mind, oh, but you have to compromise. You know that we're not given birth by the same parents. And you know me, I'm like this, I can't change. You get it? So you realize that you don't want to change bad habits.
Actually, there's nothing like I can change. Everybody can change. It's just finding the right motivation. It's just finding the right motivation. But that also being said, I also think that not every time you must change, because there are some things that people will require you to change. If you change, it is more detrimental than good. That one, it's there. It's there. So it's not everything that you will change. It's not everything that you adapt to. Your partner has a bad behavior. You know that the guy is eating and smoking. Don't adapt to it. Help the person change, because the person is causing liver damage and organ damages to their body. The problem is that next 5 years, 10 years down the line, if they die, you are becoming a widower. You don't want that. So don't adapt to it at that moment. In fact, if you think you cannot hold it,
and don't compromise on those things, Pooh.
You get it? So it's not everything that you say. I know of a woman who or no who cook and serve the husband, go and buy alcohol and come and put it by for the husband, because he feels that the husband is an alcoholic and
he can't eat without taking
so
alcohol.
he must find a way to help the man. Let them understand the importance of not going through this. I mean, it shouldn't be something that I saw a video that said that if your husband is not successful, you are a witch. I think that it cuts both ways. If you are a husband and your wife is not doing too well too, we need to look into your life very well with some prayer.
You're also a wizard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we've come to the end of this session, but we want you to know that at every point in your life, there's something you need to do one way or the other. It's either you are changing, it's either you are compromising, or you're adapting. So when it's time for you to do any of this, don't hesitate. Don't be too stiff. Don't be too rigid on your things, but don't compromise on your morals. Okay? Don't compromise on your morals. Like at a point, you feel like being and all this nonsense. Okay? You can't do that. You didn't hear, because I don't want to say it loud. So please, at any point in time, you will need to change, compromise, or adapt. But do that wisely.
My pastor normally says that it's only a fool who doesn't change his mind. So if you think you don't want to change anything, please think again. Maybe you are being foolish. Maybe.
Yeah. Just maybe. Alright. So please subscribe, like, comment, and share on our videos. We really appreciate this vlog. Must have been buying, and it's all good.
It's normal. It's normal.
So please, we appreciate your effort, your love, your kind words, your suggestions, and all of those things. As I said, if you see change and you don't come and say, we'll get you in our dreams, in your dreams, not our dreams.
Please, if you have other questions, please leave them in the comment section. We'll attend to them. We are known to attend to our comments one by one. We'll go through them. We'll sort you out.
And we realize that even in the marriage series, people ask questions and we give them the answers in the comment section. So if you have any
one day we should just read all the questions out, so that those who don't really go through the comment section can also benefit from some of the questions that people ask. But then
go through the comment section, please. We don't like that. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Today we are trying our best. We won't get to 20 minutes today. I can't 20 minutes. I beg. Bye bye. Peace. Shalom. Bye bye.